The Moon's Tales, a journey through time and sky. Did you know some moons are so rare that they've become a part of our language? Do you know the secrets of the blue moon and the blood moon, and the history behind each month's full moon and its name? The moon has fascinated us for centuries, with every full moon carrying a unique name and an amazing story. From ancient civilizations tracking seasons to modern-day sky watchers, the moon continues to captivate us. Do you know the secrets of the blue moon, the blood moon, the wolf moon, and my personal favorite, the strawberry moon? I will explain the first 6 full moons of the year. A big thanks for liking and supporting our last video. Stay tuned for part 2. Before we start first story of the blue moon, please hit the red button and subscribe to my channel. You've heard the phrase, once in a blue moon, but what does it actually mean? Despite its name, a blue moon doesn't appear blue, at least not usually. The name actually signifies its rarity. A blue moon occurs when there's an extra full moon in a season, throwing off the typical schedule of 1 full moon per month. This celestial phenomenon only happens about once every 2 to 3 years. Now, there have been instances where volcanic eruptions or forest fires have scattered particles in the atmosphere, making the moon actually appear bluish. Next time you hear someone say, once in a blue moon, remember, they're referring to something that happens less than twice a year on average. Now, let's talk about the blood moon, a celestial spectacle that has captivated cultures for millennia. This isn't just your average full moon, this one is bathed in an eerie reddish glow. A blood moon occurs during a total lunar eclipse. As the moon passes into the Earth's shadow, something fascinating happens. Earth's atmosphere acts like a giant lens, bending sunlight around our planet. The scattered red light from the sun illuminates the moon during a total lunar eclipse, giving it that characteristic blood-red hue. Can you guess why January's full moon is known as the wolf moon, and how the hunger-driven wolves became bolder in the darkest depth of winters? For Native Americans and early settlers, these howls were synonymous with the harshest month of the year. The wolf moon became associated with survival, endurance, and the raw power of nature. This was a time when resources were scarce, and the wolves, driven by hunger, became bolder in their search for food. The wolf moon reminds us that even in the darkest depths of winter, life persists, resilient and adaptable. February, the snow moon's silent embrace. This full moon typically graces the sky during the snowiest month in the northern hemisphere. The world is often blanketed in white, a stark but beautiful contrast under the moonlight. Native Americans saw this as an opportunity to gather around the fire, sharing stories and legends passed down through generations. It was a time for community, for drawing strength from one another during the long, cold nights. The snow moon reminds us that even in isolation we can find warmth and connection in shared experiences. March, the worm moon awakens. March's full moon, the worm moon, heralds the long-awaited arrival of spring and a unique story of how worm emerges from Earth in March. As the ground thaws, earthworms begin to reappear, leaving their telltale trails in the softened earth. This re-emergence of life signaled to Native Americans and early settlers that the time for planting and new beginnings was near. The worm moon is a reminder that even in the depths of winter, the promise of spring lies dormant, waiting for the right time to burst forth. Interestingly, in 2025, March's worm moon will coincide with a total lunar eclipse. Imagine that, a worm moon transformed into a blood moon, a rare and striking celestial event. April, the pink moon's delicate bloom. April's full moon, despite its name, isn't actually pink in color, and my friends in love would not want to miss the blooming pink moon in April. The pink moon derives its name from the vibrant pink wildflowers, like phlox, that carpet the ground in early spring. The pink moon is a visual reminder of nature's resilience, its ability to transform even the most barren landscapes into breathtaking displays of colors, peace, and love in the atmosphere. For many cultures, this moon signifies renewal and fertility, marking the arrival of longer days and the promise of abundant harvests to come. It's a time to celebrate the beauty of rebirth, the cyclical nature of life that continues to unfold around us. May's full moon, aptly named the flower moon, is a celebration of nature's unbridled abundance. You know that by this time spring is in full swing, and the world is awash in a vibrant tapestry of colors. Flowers of all shapes and sizes burst forth, their sweet scents carried on the breeze. Many cultures around the world use this time to honor fertility, growth, and the interconnectedness of all living things. So, when you gaze up at the flower moon, let yourself be captivated by its beauty, and remember the interconnectedness of all living things and the universe with God. June brings us the strawberry moon, a name that evokes images of sun-kissed fields and my most favorite of all. What's your favorite? Tell me in the comments and hit the like button. The strawberry moon is the sweetest taste of summer's bounty and juicy strawberries. This full moon's name comes from the Algonquin tribes of North America, who timed their strawberry harvest with its arrival. Imagine gathering baskets overflowing with ripe, juicy strawberries under the warm glow of this strawberry moon. Whether you call it the strawberry moon or the rose moon, one thing is certain: it's a time to celebrate the sweetness of summer. So, when you see the strawberry moon with your loved one, gracing the night sky, remember the importance of reaping what you sow and appreciating the simple pleasures that life has to offer, and show gratitude to the nature and the universe. July's full moon is known as the buck moon, a name that speaks to the cycles of renewal in the animal kingdom. During this time, male deer or bucks begin to grow their new antlers, their velvety surface a testament to the ongoing process of regeneration. The buck moon reminds us that growth and transformation are continuous processes, unfolding in their own time. This moon also signifies the peak of summer, a time when the days are long and the nights are short. So, when you look up at the buck moon, remember that growth takes time, and that even in the midst of summer's heat, a beautiful change is always on the horizon. August's full moon, the sturgeon moon, takes its name from the giant sturgeon fish that were once abundant in the Great Lakes and other major bodies of water. For Native American tribes who relied on fishing, this moon signaled the perfect time to catch these massive fish, as they were at their largest and most plentiful. The sturgeon moon is a reminder of the bounty that nature provides, but also of the importance of respecting and preserving these resources. This moon also marks a time of transition, as summer begins to wane and the first hints of autumn appear on the horizon. So, when you see the sturgeon moon, remember the delicate balance of nature and the importance of sustainable practices in ensuring that future generations can continue to enjoy the Earth's bounty. September's full moon is the harvest moon, a name that resonates with the culmination of a season's hard work. This is the time of year when farmers work late into the night, harvesting their crops under the bright light of the full moon. The harvest moon is a symbol of abundance, gratitude, and the rewards of a season's worth of labor. This moon is often the closest full moon to the autumnal equinox, marking the official start of fall. So, when you look up at the harvest moon, remember the hard work that goes into producing the food we eat, and show gratitude toward the nature. Take a moment next time to appreciate the abundance that surrounds us. October's full moon is the hunter's moon, a name that evokes images of crisp autumn nights and the thrill of the hunt. With the leaves falling and the animals fattened up for winter, this was traditionally the time for hunting and replenishing food stores for the long months ahead. The hunter's moon is a reminder of our ancestral connection to the natural world and the cyclical nature of life and death. This moon is often the second full moon after the harvest moon, providing additional light for those who relied on hunting to sustain their families through the winter. So when you see the hunter's moon, remember the importance of preparation and the interconnectedness of all living things. That's just the first half of our journey through the fascinating names and stories of the full moons. I am sure you have enjoyed. We'll uncover the corn moon, the beaver moon, and more, leading all the way to the cold moon of December. But what do you guys suggest my next topic should be? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss the next part of the video.